All right, y'all. So about a year ago, when me and my buddies decided we was going to go ahead and try to start a social media marketing agency, we had to ask ourselves what were the biggest issues that most small business owners faced, and what we concluded was the three biggest issues that most small businesses run into is either a lack of time. Most business owners are so busy putting out fires within the business. And we're talking small businesses here. So most of them are so busy putting out small fires within the business that they really don't have time to actually live life. So I knew a guy when I lived in Texas, and I love this man to death. He owned his own bakery. And I felt so sorry for him because this guy was slamming with business, but he was a one-man show. And it's tough, guys, trying to keep customers satisfied when it's just you doing all the work, and when you work a full-time job and you're trying to run something on the side here. It's tough, guys, when it's just you. So, that's the biggest thing. One of the biggest things that most small business owners have challenged with is just they don't have much time for nothing else, right? So, number two, or B, right? Another big issue that most small business owners face is they don't have sales. They lack sales, okay? Maybe they have enough to pay their overhead and, keep everything afloat, but lack of sales, guys, is what most business owners are facing, as a second dilemma. So, what they try to do is, put a more bigger focus on marketing, and most of the time it's traditional ways like, newspaper ads, flyers, radio ads, the usual, right? And they spending extra money, going through those traditional mediums. They're not even using social media most of the time to spread the message to the people in that local area for that business. So time and sales, guys, those are the top two biggest challenges that most small business owners face. Number three, or C, is gonna have to be knowledge. Okay. So the reason why these owners don't have time and they're lacking sales is because they lack information, the right information, guys. The business owner who owned that bakery in Texas that I told you guys about, he didn't understand the art of systematizing. Systematizing is done effectively when you can walk away from your own business for 30 days or more, whatever you choose. When you can walk away from that business, 30-day vacation, and that business is still generating the same amount of revenue, if not more. That's when you have an effective system in place. So right now I work under Quicken Loans. Dan Gilbert doesn't have to be there every day, This man is recovering from, stroke that he had a month and a half ago. So he's got other things to worry about, but that business just had the best quarter ever. Okay, it's Quicken Loans is celebrating the best quarter ever. And that's with Dan Gilbert being sick, damn near on his deathbed. Okay. So his systems are very much in place. Now, obviously, you can say Quicken Loans is a really big business, so they can pay for that type of productivity. But it also has to be thought out, guys. Before McDonald's was a big business, they had a better system than everybody else. Ray Kroc came along and made that system even better, that much better. Okay. And I know y'all can, name a bunch of different restaurants that got a better, burger than McDonald's itself. But how many of those restaurants can generate more revenue than McDonald's? And the answer is zero, because McDonald's has the best system of all systems. It's the same experience no matter where you go. You can go to Hong Kong, you can go to Japan, anywhere And that McDonald's experience is going to be the same if whether you go through the drive-through or walk up to the register, the brick layout, the way the cashier greets you, how quick you get your food. It's just down pat, guys. It's down packed. So they're built to last. And that's what an effective system can do. So we're going to go back to the first issue we said most owners are facing, which is time. The fact that these owners don't really have time, small business owners, is detrimental because they want to learn how to do social media marketing so they can advertise their business a little bit better, or they want to learn how to learn different marketing techniques to increase their sales, but they don't have the time to do that. And that's like it's a rock and a hard place because it's like on one hand I'm putting all my time into my business, what I've always done, what I've always known to be right, and what's paying my bills. And then on the other hand, you still got this information that you're lacking. So what do? There's a gap right there. One of the things I would definitely recommend for small business owners is get a marketer. Okay, get yourself a social media marketer on your team. Like I remember this woman who owned this. She owned this Mediterranean restaurant in River Rouge, Michigan. She had maybe 4 employees. 2 of them on the grill and 2 of them to work the cash register. They would switch the shift. So, me and my partners, we offered to, be her social media marketers, and we was, she was going to pay us $1,000 a month, and we were going to make sure we marketed her business professionally and effectively on social media and bring her more clients ultimately. Now, guys, when you consider minimum wage, which is probably about $9 and some change, 40 hours a week, that's more than $1,000 in a month. So we was going to be doing something much more important than her cashier, who just kind of, stands there and occasionally take orders from time to time, maybe wipe the counter. We were going to be generating more revenue by bringing in more customers in the long run. But that $1,000 a month seemed like it was just way too much to her. So that didn't go through. But if you're a small business owner, let me tell you why that $1,000 is a great deal. You guys have no idea the power of social influence, and social media is the new word of mouth. Okay? Before social media existed, your business relied on what other people said about it. And now, reviews are like gold in the small business world. Because nobody trusts your business, nobody trusts your product or service until they can hear someone else, especially someone else that they know, vouch for it. In some cases, it depends on who the people look like who can vouch for it. It's a lot of racism still out there, so you have to appeal to certain ethics, all right, and ethnicity. So nothing wrong with that, guys. It's just understanding that $1,000, at least to experiment for a month, was not going to break the bank, okay? If anything, it was going to help. But the reason why I say you have to get you a social media marketer is because it goes back to the biggest issues owners face is time. If you don't have that time, you need to outsource that to someone else who can do it, right? And another thing I want to hit on in regards to finding yourself a marketer, I don't want you guys to focus too much on this person's resume, okay? Like, I believe in just giving certain types of people a chance. And you can read a person's character off your interaction with them, especially if you have good social awareness. But like, who is the human, right? Who is the human that you're giving a chance here? That's what matters, rather than the fact that they have like some degree, some marketing degree. Like, degrees don't mean anything, all right? It doesn't tell the whole story. And if that's what you're going to go off of, you're going to have a hard time finding somebody to help you market your business out here. All right? Because the guys who went to college are being swallowed up by the big corporations because they think that's the route to take. I seen it trending on Twitter today that the NCAA has recently implemented a new rule saying that agents now have to have bachelor's degrees before the players who are testing the NBA draft can engage with them. I'm going to say that one more time. It's the NCAA just implemented a new rule that states agents must have a bachelor's degree before they can engage with players who are testing the waters for the draft, whether it be the NBA or the NFL. A lot of people believe that this was a direct shot at one of the most successful agents in the NBA right now, Rich Paul. This is LeBron's agent, all right? The fact that this man has already impacted so many lives as an agent and continues to do so, but all of a sudden the NCAA want to tell this professional that he actually has to go to college and get a degree to be considered certified is absurd, y'all. That's absurd. This is 2019, okay? The road to success has dramatically changed. It used to be college. That's not the case no more. So don't focus on, did this person go to Harvard, or how many years of school did he? Don't focus on that, guys, because you're going to miss out on some people that's really hungry out here to make a difference for your business. Okay? There's people out here who really just need a chance and want to show you what they're about. But you're too busy looking at accolades and you passing up a lot of potential. So that's just something to consider when hiring a social media marketer, that this field is pretty much brand new, guys. There was nothing that they teaching in these college courses about social media marketing that you can't go on YouTube and Google to find. But guess what? The reason you haven't found it is because you don't have time. You're too busy running your business. But guess what? That hungry social media marketer who don't have a job right now has only time on his hands to learn, grow, get better, experiment, test things. Give somebody a chance. Another thing that small businesses should focus on is branding. Now, I know a lot of like mom and pop restaurants out here who they pretty much, I don't want to call anybody out, but they all the same, y'all. It's like it's just copied and paste. Like, not enough small businesses put an emphasis on branding or setting themselves apart. It don't matter if you do something that's already saturated. Nobody can brand your business like you can. All right? There's a lot of intricate details that goes into the things that set you apart. But the best place to brand is obviously social media. This is the best place to paint that picture, because every business, whether big business or small business, they are their own media companies. Nike, media company. Quicken Loans, media company. Mobile gas stations, media companies. Apple, media company. AT&T, media company. T-Mobile, media company. You get where I'm going with this? It don't matter what you do. It matters the media that people get a chance to see that can help influence them to make a decision. But try not to be a scumbucket out here. All right? Don't always focus on selling. I think when you're too focused on selling, it takes away from branding, okay? I know your business need more sales. I know you need more capital. But if you just spend that little time trying to invest in your branding, it's going to make a world of difference in the long run. Branding solidifies what you represent. Remember, people don't buy what you do. They buy why you do it. Okay? Now, don't be so generic. I get so sick of seeing these restaurants that just post pictures of their food. Yeah, the food look good. Yeah, you might get a customer or two. But at what point do you provide value? What point do you give something to your audience? Most people use social media to try to get somebody to give them something. They got their hand out. But use it to give, all right? That goes back to branding. How many small businesses are using social media to provide that value? And it doesn't always have to cost you money to provide value. I'm not saying you always have to give up a free meal or $5 off or a coupon. How about give me some information that might be valuable to me that I didn't have? Okay? How about make me laugh? Give me some type of entertainment value. All value doesn't have to involve spending any type of money, guys. But I think this is something that small business owners need to understand. Use these platforms to give, teach, impact. It gives you leverage. Even if it don't give you dollars up front, it gives you leverage to work with moving forward. Okay? It's important to understand that you can't outsource everything either. You know, like a lot of people just want to say, okay, yeah, I'll go ahead and have somebody else just do all my social media for me. Everything can be outsourced, guys. This really goes into personal branding. And some people might wonder, what do personal branding have to do with small businesses? I'm gonna tell you exactly what it has to do with it. People love to know the story behind that business, and what else does the story involve besides the brains behind the business? What else is intriguing about the story? We want to know about how it got here. Who was the mind behind it? What was this person like? What did this person believe? So as that owner, the most beneficial thing that you can do, and this is coming from one of the most successful business owners and entrepreneurs of our time right now, Gary Vaynerchuk. This guy generates millions of dollars for his business through his personal brand. That's powerful, y'all. And the best way to personal brand is to expose yourself, guys. Don't be like these big businesses who try to play everything safe. They always trying to play it safe, guys. Big businesses are scared to experiment. We have the leverage as the little guys. We get to try shit. We get to explore. We get to see what works. But they have like this code that, or a certain level that they can't stoop to. We can experiment. It's still time for you to see what works. All right. So Gary Vee recommended, as a business owner, hiring somebody to follow you around with the camera from 9 to 5. And it might sound ridiculous, but remember, it's better to be the TV show than the actual commercial. When I say it's better to be the TV show than the commercial, guys, think about where America's attention is. It's either on the phone or on the TV, right? When most people watch TV and their show goes on break and it's a commercial, you don't really want to see those commercials. I mean, some of them are engaging, some of them are cool to look at, but you don't really want to be marketed to, right? Nobody does. So when you're the commercial, you only have a split amount of time, like 30 seconds to really get your point across, if that, and make me interested. But when you're the TV show, you can pretty much subconsciously sell your products or market your products by just telling a story, right? So I'm gonna give y'all an example. Let's say if I watched the movie Friday, and I'm really enjoying Ice Cube's character, really resonate with his lifestyle, because we've all been there, no job, living with your parents. I might say to myself, man, by the time that movie go off, dude, I really like them Air Force Ones that Ice Cube had on. Or I really like that watch he was wearing. Do y'all think those products are placed on those people by accident? This is strategic, y'all. All the brands that's included in our favorite movies, this is all strategic. All strategic, y'all. And trust me, them companies, they probably pay for that press. But you don't know you're being sold to because you're into a storyline or a narrative, guys. It's taking your focus off, what's subconsciously being said to you. So, if you guys were to hire a cameraman to follow you around from 9 to 5 every day, what you're doing is you're giving the world a chance to watch your show or watch your movie. See what this character is like, how this character face different challenges, how this character overcome different obstacles, how this character interact with other people, impact other people, make other people feel. What is this person all about? And that's what recording yourself gives the world a chance to know. If you're a scumbucket individual, then I get why you would want to hide from the camera. That makes sense. You don't want anybody to see you, and you don't want anybody to know what you do behind closed. I get that. All right? But if you have nothing to hide and you've been a genuine individual and people generally love you because of the person that you are, don't hide no more. Tell your story. Put it out there. Hire a cameraman and let somebody record you and tell your story for you on a personal level while you're trying to figure out the business, guys, because what's going to happen is your personal brand is going to grow. And from that point, once your personal brand reaches a certain level, it really doesn't matter what business you put your name behind. That business is going to grow. LeBron James has already built a powerful personal brand. He's already built it based off the work that he's put in throughout his life. If he decides that he's going to sell lemonade for the rest of his life, guess what? The only lemonade I'm drinking is LeBron James lemonade. I've been able to resonate with his brand, see enough of his content, see enough of the work that he does. The same thing with Gary Vee, guys. This is a man I've never, ever met. And everything that he represents hits close to home with me and my beliefs. I've been following Gary's content for the last 5 years. Now that I've been following his content and my thoughts and emotions have resonated very well with his brand. When that happens, by the way, it's called brand resonance. Now that that's happening, it doesn't matter what Gary Vee puts his name on. I bought all his books. He has a wine line. I'm definitely going to invest in a wine line. He has a shoe out with K-Swiss that I'm definitely going to purchase, the Positivity and Optimism shoe. And this is because, guys, he decided to have a cameraman follow him to get people to understand who he is on a personal level, so that way people feel more comfortable when investing with him. Okay? So if you have a bakery right now, or you cut grass, it don't matter. If people can understand who you are on a personal level, they will help push your brand, and you will ultimately win more business, guys. This is a fail-proof operation here. Building your personal brand is absolutely fail-proof. Okay? It's fail-proof, especially if you understand your audience well. Okay? So, biggest takeaway from all of this, right? If you want to get back that time, get you a marketer, get you a social media marketer, somebody who can handle that for you, for the business side of things. On a personal level, you can get someone to walk around with a camera that you can hire from 9 to 5, who can focus on your personal brand with you, not for you, but with you. And you guys come up with creative ways that you want to communicate, and impact. If you want to get back time, you have to probably figure out systematizing. Once you hire a social media marketer, you'll be able to take your mind off that aspect of things and focus more on systematizing. Once you're able to focus on systematizing, that's going to really free up a lot of your time once you can make your workflow a lot smoother. Okay? And remember, use social media to give value. That is fail-proof. I hope this was helpful to all my small business owners out there. Like I said, don't be so, harsh or naive when it comes to hiring someone who doesn't have credentials or a background, because there's people out here who are just as hungry, okay? Just as hungry. And you don't want somebody who wants to do your social media for you just so they can make a quick buck. You want somebody who's committed from sun up to sundown. Whether they on the clock with you or off the clock, they're focused on your brand for your business. That's it for this one, y'all. I'll see y'all on the next one.